Okay, so we are going to be doing another Abyss review. This is a review of the current Abyss. Now, this video is going to be from somebody in my Discord server named Alex, and I want to read their message. If you look right above me, it says, "Hi, I love your new videos so much that I had to share my abomination." We're going to see exactly. And then, of course, as you can see right here, I am so reading this aloud during the video. Now, I want to add something else too. If you have watched any of my stuff, then I have mentioned somebody by the name of Zucchini. This right above me in the yellow is Zucchini. He is very, very knowledgeable in Genshin, much more knowledgeable than me in most aspects. I think there's one or two things that I might know a little bit more about. Zucchini is phenomenal. He's an amazing resource. I'm so happy to have him in my community. Now he said, "I'm interested to see what you'll have to say about this one. I just watched this run and that's a team." That phrase, "that's a team," he'll say that's a decision, that's a something. So now I'm wondering what in the world I'm getting myself into. So we are going to watch this. Now, I did take a peek at the name. It says Burgeon Lyney. No idea what this is about to be, but we're going to see what happens here. All right, so of course, as you can see, we do have many. They are getting a much better choice of options with crit rate and crit damage. I had to 36-star the Abyss without this option, and it pisses me off. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, yep, and this is going to be against a perpetual mechanical array. Okay, so real quick, we're going to look at the team. Lyney, Nikita, Farina, and Sejuin. Okay, yep, so there's the Burgeon. Interesting with Farina's, okay, yeah. Let's see how this goes. This is going to be so interesting. Okay, now, something Alex, I'm wondering, it looks like this video is only a minute long, so I highly doubt that you showed the build of the characters. So I'm going to be taking some guesses here, right? Obviously, if you're using Farina and Lyney together, then we're probably going to be running Marshmallow Hunter on Lyney. You're probably going to be running Golden Troop on Farina. You're going to have Deep Woods on Nikita. I do wonder what constellation your Deep Woods is. I wonder what constellation your Nikita is, and then your Sejuin, I wonder what constellation your Sejuin is going to be. So let's see. Okay, and well, I guess you would have to run. No, you wouldn't be running Marshmallow Hunter on Lyney. Well, maybe if you're causing Burgeon, maybe it's just like extra added damage, and maybe Nikita's EM sharing on her burst is enough. I'm gonna get a Farina, pop that 14,000 on the Pokemon summons. Nice, using her burst right off the bat. Okay, so we got 21,000, we got 8,000, and we got 11,000, almost 12,000, coming from using this burst, and then from her minions. 15,000, 9,000, 2,000, 19,000 from the minions, 27,000, 27,000. Okay, so here was a Burgeon. Okay. 36,800, I'm assuming it's going to be Mademoiselle Crebelette on a Vape. 49,000 on Lyney's Shot. I didn't see how much damage the Burgeon was, though. There we go. Okay, so this 25,303 I'm going to assume is going to be Nikita's reapplication of her skill. And then this 18,907 is going to be the Burgeon. So it's just added damage. And then, of course, 55,000 from Lyney taking a shot on the enemy. 50,000 again. Okay, so we do have some burning, it looks like, happening maybe. 34,183 from Lyney. 50,000, I'm going to assume it's going to be Mademoiselle Crebelette. 44,000, 35,000. So still hitting, like, your Farina is doing very, very good numbers. Your Farina is, it looks like, is getting a lot of good numbers. 61,341 on the Lyney charge, 25,000, and then yes, this 18,907 is going to be the Burgeon damage. So it's just going to be like an additional kind of damage running in here with these Burgeons. 62,000. I do want to know what your Lyney build was. I know that I'm going to scroll back down in just a second on the Discord and see, because you said that you changed a Sans. I think you changed it over to an EM Sans. So now you've got burning going on, and now you're going to need Farina to overcome the burning to produce a bloom, which, there we go. She has produced some blooms there. 17,000. We've got the mechanical array right here. Yep, you're going to hit that. Yep, set up the EM. Using Siege Wings Burst. Nice. Oh, dude. Okay. 10,000, 11,000. Hey, let me see. What was it? $17,000. 28,000. And then, of course, we've got all of the numbers from Farina. That's interesting. And then, now that they're all dead, we're going to go back in and you're going to be doing Burgeon damage. Really interesting that you're getting close with Lyney. So now we're going to let it play at full-time speed, right? And I want to see how fast this goes. It's very, very interesting. Using your Burgeon is not a focus of damage, but much more of a like secondary damage. Using on-field Lyney with this. I don't know. I know a little bit about Siege Wings Kit. I don't know a ton about Siege Wings Kit. I don't remember a ton about Siege Wings Kit. It seems like you're doing enough damage overall that like Lyney's doing a fair good amount of damage, Farina's doing a fair good amount of damage, and then the Burgeon damage is just like extra. Very, very interesting. I do want to, I am going to scroll down and see what you said about swapping out one of the pieces. I mean, overall, I feel like it's not that bad of a team. I don't know if I would consider this an abomination. I think I've made worse. Zucchini can probably vouch that I've made worse. Going into Siege Wing to just knock that enemy out is really, really good. It's like you're doing a ton of damage. You're doing... It's like not one single character is doing all your damage. I feel like this is not a quick swap team, but you have so much kind of going on that all the damage just seems to pile up, right? If you're getting too much burning going on, then Farina's just going to vape, and Farina's going to get a ton of damage for a little bit. And then, okay, cool, the burning is gone. Now we can get more blooms to then Burgeon again. So I don't think that I would call this an abomination. I'm 99% sure I've done worse teams. I've done much more abomination teams than this. I do like that you didn't blow those blooms up. You saw that the enemy was about to go into this phase where you couldn't damage it anymore, so you were just waiting. Of course, hitting all of the enemies with Nahida's thing, so that way it reapplies, so that way whenever you do damage, it does another instance of Dendro, even if you miss hitting that one. So, yep, I agree with that. That was a good decision. And then leaving those blooms there for whenever you go to Lyney. 23,000 on the Burgeon. Yep, nice. I don't necessarily think that I would consider this an abomination. Dude, it really wants to play that Wolfie video next. Okay, so let me see here. So then Zucchini said, okay, I actually tried a version of this myself and it really isn't too bad. And then you said you tried it with an EM Sans since he deals more damage with Vape anyways without his Pyro character stack. That is, but it's not necessary. Zucchini, I assume it's not noticeably different. Better than attack overall because you have Nahida's EM buff. Yep. Yeah, it's a few thousand damage difference. Vape, Burgeon, and Mono Pyro. So it just might have canceled stuff out. Yeah. Yeah, you wouldn't be too surprised if attack came in over top. Okay, yep. I feel like that was Zucchini. Like, my first impression was like, oh no, what in the hell is this going to be? But then after looking at it being used, it's not really that bad. I don't think I would consider that an abomination. I actually really like those teams. I like it whenever people use teams that are outside of the norm, right? Using a Lyney Burgeon team to me seems like so far out there. But it didn't seem to be too bad. I would love to see your builds if you do another team with some of these characters with Lyney, or if you do another one a little bit further in the Abyss. I would love to see this done on like Tulpa, right? I'm sure that you ran this on Tulpa. I would love to see you do a second video with Tulpa. Doing this team or doing another section of the Abyss. And if you do that and you record it, show your builds. I'd love to talk about the builds as well. But all in all, I don't think that that's necessarily an abomination. But all in all, I don't really think that this is an abomination. I think that it is a team that you might be surprised works, which I mean, I am, because you don't really think about with Farina's slow hydro application, inconsistent hydro application, you wouldn't really think of a Burgeon team. You would think much more of a quick bloom team. But I think Lyney just does enough pyro damage on his own that it's not a negative, right? Like, I would never be able to run this with Dia or somebody like that, right? Or I don't even think you'd be able to really run it with Shangling. I think it would have to be somebody like Lyney that does enough damage on his own with just him and Farina together and Farina's buff. I think that's all that you're really worrying about, right? No, I think it's nice. I would probably give this team like an 8 or 9 out of 10. I really like it. I like seeing characters used in ways that aren't typical, as all of my teams, except for one, is characters being used in ways that aren't necessarily typical. So no, I really, really like this team. I think it's interesting. I do like seeing the HP bar. See, that's the thing, is like there's not one giant one. It's just like steadily decreasing it. So that is going to be it for this video. If you have any questions, you be sure to leave it down in the comments. Myself or someone else will be sure to answer it. If you want to see, so that is going to be it for this video. If you want to see your own Abyss run reaction thing going on, join the Discord. There's a link down in the description, and then we'll talk about it and we'll look at it. Especially, I love these interestingly fun teams. So I'll see you in the next one.